Hey guys, welcome back to Pro Gun. If you haven't already done so, please hit the subscribe button. Would greatly appreciate that. President Biden is now urging another assault weapon ban after the shooting at the Kansas City Chiefs Super Bowl parade. And, our hearts go out to the victims and the families of any shooting. But again, they're using this tragedy to impede on our gun rights.
Well, following yesterday's tragic events in Kansas City, President Biden is renewing calls for stricter gun control. In a statement, the president said that it's time to act and called for a ban on assault weapons and to strengthen background checks. Joining me now is CBS News Chief White House Correspondent Nancy Cordes. Nancy, it's a little, rinse and repeat. This is what I expect to hear from the president at this time. But, I look at we are in an election year, and I look at the list of topics and issues that people are most concerned about. And frankly, despite the fact that this was a mass shooting, we had a mass shooting on Super Bowl Sunday.
Okay, so you just saw the news clip, and the liberal media did it again. They lied. This was not a mass shooting. It was not a targeted shooting. As it turns out, it was 3 minors that had a dispute, and all of a sudden a gunfight broke out. So again, they twist the facts like they always do. Now, you have a guy like Sleepy Joe Biden who doesn't know a damn thing about firearms talking about gun control. Well, you can't have it both ways when your son fraudulently purchased a firearm. Okay? These are the facts. Hunter Biden purchased a revolver at a Delaware gun shop in October 2018. While buying the gun, he lied on a federal form when he swore that he was not using and was not addicted to any illegal drugs, even though he was struggling with a crack cocaine addiction at the time of purchase. Hunter Biden provided a written statement on Form 4473, certifying he was not an unlawful user of and addicted to any stimulant, narcotic drug, and any other controlled substance, when in fact he knew that statement was false and fictitious. Excuse me. It is a federal crime to lie on an ATF form or to possess a firearm as a drug user. But Hunter Biden gets away with it because of his father. What they did was they suppressed the evidence for so long that the statute of limitations ran out. Well, that's just bullshit. If you're going to call for gun control and banning assault weapons and this and that, why don't you talk about how you're going to get them out of people's hands, like your son, Joe, not as law-abiding citizens. That's the main issue here. And again, our hearts go out to the victims and their families. Anytime there's a senseless shooting, our hearts ache. And I would bet you any money that gun owners feel just as bad, if not worse, than non-gun owners, because we know that's not what guns are for, and we know every time something like that happens, they're going to attack our Second Amendment rights. But the liberal media, again, keeps twisting the facts, trying to scare people into wiping out the Second Amendment. Now, Joe Biden obviously knows nothing about firearms, okay, because I've done other videos on that you can watch. He should just stick to what he knows best, sniffing small children and eating chocolate chip ice cream, but leave our Second Amendment rights the hell alone. This is just aggravating because you can't have it both ways. You can't call for stricter gun control and then have your son, who shouldn't have a gun, buy a gun, and nothing happens. If that was you or I, we'd be spending a long time in prison because it's Sleepy Joe's son, just like all the other charges. They're going to just disappear. I'd like to know your thoughts on this because I know I'm pissed off. Thanks for watching.